Hey friends, I am back with another video, and this week I want to talk about meditation. Now, if someone had told me 3 years ago that I would be meditating on a regular basis, I would have laughed so hard and I would have said you were nuts. And yet, here I am, meditating on a regular basis for about 2 years and the last almost 6 months now, every single day. And in this video, I just want to share my experience and maybe answer some questions that you may have if you are curious about meditating and want to get started or deepen your practice. Now, here's the thing. You and I have been raised in a society where critical thinking or thinking at all, thinking and taking action are praised. Like, that's good. And sitting still, doing nothing, isn't. That's just, if you're sitting still and doing nothing all day, you're seen as a bum and nothing good can come of it. We believe to accomplish is to think and to do. And I don't know about you, but meditation for me, that was in the category sitting still and doing nothing. So I never really gave it much thought, but whenever I came across meditation, I was like, okay, that's not for me. That's a bunch of Buddhist monks do that, and they're sitting on a mountain in Nepal somewhere chanting Om all day. Great for them, and praise to them, but it's not me. So when I was first invited to start to meditate by a friend of mine, I dismissed it initially, but he was rather persistent, and he said, no, give it a shot, give it a try. I think you could benefit from this. So I did. I downloaded the app Headspace. That's how I got started. And later in this video, by the end of this video, I will give you a few tips on if you want to get started, how I would recommend you do that. So I downloaded the app Headspace and I started. And my first experience, I still remember my first experience, I sat there, it was 5 minutes. I sat there. Not this, I didn't do that. But I just sat there, feet on the floor, hands on my knees, in a chair. And I just sat there. I was like, okay, what am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to think? Am I doing it right? Is anything happening? What's going on? This is shit. I'm not doing it right. Nothing good. No. That was my first experience. I judged. But I wasn't aware that I was doing that. I was just, for 5 minutes, I was tense as fuck, I would say, in my meditation. But over time, things started to change. Things absolutely started to change. And over time, I started to become more chilled, a little bit more relaxed, not as tense, not as excited. Because now, here's the thing. There's a misconception that meditating is about, the goal of meditation is about that here's the thing. There's a misconception that the goal of meditation is to silence the mind. And that's not true. That's totally not true. First of all, there is no goal to meditation. Goal setting and meditation are kind of like, they don't go very well together. There is an intention. And an intention behind meditation is to raise your awareness, to becoming aware of your thoughts and your emotions, because the effect of you becoming aware is it creates freedom of choice. And let me explain this, what I mean with this. In a previous video, I've explained that you have about 60 to 70,000 individual thoughts a day, every single day. You're only aware of 4 or 5% of them. The rest is completely automated, and you're in your subconscious mind, you're not aware of them whatsoever. Every thought creates an emotion. Every single thought has an emotional effect. Some are good, some are neutral, some are bad. It's a vibration. I talked about this before. And a lot of the times when you feel something, there's a thought that came before that, but you're completely unaware of them. Now, in meditation, you learn, and it's not something you have to do, it's just, it'll evolve over time. You become aware of your individual thoughts. And the moment you become aware of your individual thoughts, you have choice. Because like I just said, when I started to think like, oh my God, this is shit, am I doing it right? The moment I became aware of, hey, I am thinking the thought, am I doing it right? I can choose, do I connect with that thought? Do I associate with that thought? Do I give meaning to it, or just let it go? And that's choice. That's insane freedom of choice. Now, and what's the benefit of this? For me, I can only talk about my own experience. The benefit of meditating on a frequent basis for me created for me more inner peace. I have a way deeper connection with myself, and that sounds kind of woo-woo or vague, but that means I trust myself more. I trust my intuition more. I'm more patient. I feel a deeper connection to the people important to me, not just to myself, but also to the people important to me. And I think I said this already, but it's just an overall sense of inner peace. Being more present, being more in the now. And yeah, I just feel more grounded, more earth. And from there, the decisions I take, the actions I take, the stuff that I do feels more secure, more grounded, more from a sense of inner knowing. So that's the benefit for me. But how do you get started? And like with anything in life, getting started is the hardest part. Getting started with working out, with exercising, with training your body is hard. You know, once you're in it, it becomes easier. Getting started to learn how to ride a bike is hard. You fall down. But over time, you learn and it becomes easier. Same with meditation. Just because it's sitting still and not doing anything, it's still hard because we've trained our minds for so long to be busy and to be active. And, you know, we judge not doing anything. So what will happen the first time you sit still in silence is your mind will go exactly what I described before. It will go like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to think? How am I supposed to feel? Am I doing it right? I don't know what to do. Oh, I have a grocery list I have to attend to. All of that will come in the first time that you sit still. And then you will judge. Because as adults, we're not used to things taking time anymore. We sort of like think we're now super people because we've grown up, and now everything that we start, we can do great the first time. Not true. If you want to learn how to surf, do you believe that the first time you're out there on the board, you're immediately like a rock star and you stand up, you don't fall down? Of course not. Same with meditation. It takes time to practice, even when it's sitting still and doing nothing. Now, how do you know, like, okay, but when will I see results? When will I see the effect? Well, first of all, stick with it. But I always say to friends, you know that you're getting somewhere is that when the moment comes, when in meditation, you become aware of your inner critic telling you this is shit. Because your inner critic will want to keep you from it. Your inner critic, in the first couple of rounds that you do it, your inner critic will say, this is bullshit, this is not for you. You have other things to do. You could spend your time more wisely. Blah, blah, blah. Your inner critic will say that. And if you have listened to me before, you know that is your reptilian brain talking. The oldest part of your brain who wants to keep you safe. The oldest part of your brain who wants to not change anything. Like your habits are your habits, whether they're good or bad for you, it wants to keep you doing your habits. So sitting still in meditation is something new. Your reptilian brain won't like it, and it will start shouting. And it will start shouting when you're in the moment, like in meditation. This is not for you. This is blah, blah, blah. And then what I just said, when do you know when you are getting somewhere in meditation, even though that's not the goal, but still, you know, we're yang kind of people, action-based kind of people. You're getting somewhere where in meditation, you are becoming aware of your inner critic saying this is stupid. And when you can laugh about it. So when there's the thought comes up, you become aware of the thought and you say, oh, hi, I'm hearing you. This is you talking. And in that moment, you have a choice. You have a choice. Do you follow your reptilian brain, old habits, or do you choose a new way? Do you choose because you want to become more connected to yourself? Do you choose to stay in meditation because you want to raise your awareness? You want to become more intuitive. You want to create a deeper connection between yourself and the people you love. In that moment, you have choice. And the moment you become aware in meditation that your reptilian brain or your inner critic or whatever you want to call him or her is talking, that's it, that's there. Now, a few best practices or tips to get you started. First of all, I highly recommend creating a fixed moment in the day. So really turn this into a routine, just like brushing your teeth. You know, you probably do that first thing in the morning and just before bed, like most people. But meditation, pick a day, pick a moment. Like either right after waking up or lunch break or just before going to bed, pick a moment and stick to it. That's one. Number 2, start with an app. There are brilliant apps out on the market. Headspace is one, Calm is another one, Insight Timer, great one as well. There are guided meditations on there or just sitting still in silence and then there's a gong playing after 5 minutes. Start with an app. Third tip, start simple, 5 minutes maximum. You've trained your brain for so long to be active, this will feel uncomfortable. So 5 minutes maximum. And then if you want more, do more, but you don't have to. It's not about, oh, by the end of whatever year, I must be able to meditate 3 hours straight. No, 5 minutes, if you do 5 minutes a day for the next whatever time, that's great. That's absolutely great. You will see benefits. It's not about the length at all. And tip 4, and I have to look at my notes here. Oh, right, very important. Do not judge the result. Do not judge the result. And in the beginning, you will want to. After those 5 minutes, you will think, oh, was this great? Was this not good? Is this, can I do it improvement? Can I do it better? How can I improve? You want to judge. And I highly recommend not judging. Like you probably don't judge the quality of your teeth brushing every time you do it. Like it's not like you brush your teeth and then after you're like, okay, how did I do it? Did I do it well? Did I touch all of my teeth? You probably don't do that, right? You don't judge. You just brush your teeth and then you move on with your day. Same for meditation. Do it, move on. No judgment. And then the last thing, that is a little bit for the achievers here. If you're an overachiever or just an achiever, commit to it. Commit to it for 21 days. 21 days, 5 minutes a day. That's 3 weeks. 5 minutes a day. And I will promise you, you will see results. Now, if you're the person right now who says, I'm way too busy, I don't have 5 minutes in my day, the only thing I want to say to you is, you're the first person who needs it. Because being busy is a disease. It's also a choice. So you're the first person who needs it. But, you can take that from me or not. Do whatever. I'm not living without meditation anymore. It's a non-negotiable for me. It's the first thing I do every single morning. Without it, I don't feel grounded. I feel wobbly. It's as normal to me as brushing my teeth. And like I said, the benefits have been amazing, have been so great. So I would love for you to experience the same. So that was my video for this week. I don't have a download for you this week because there's no journaling questions. I hope you get started with meditation. If you want to reach out for any questions, please do so. I'm here to help, happy to help. And I wish you an amazing, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.